Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Monday night with practice with Reverend Jorge. Guess what? Who is Reverend Jorge? Me. Welcome, everyone, to this time for practice, for spiritual practice, to explore different spiritual practice every month, and that we are moving into this deepness experience. I'm going to turn on the chat because I'm seeing some friends coming in. Hello, Sharon, and hello, Jeannie. Good to see all of you tonight. We are getting connected, and I'm very happy that we are sharing this time again and again. I really love to explore these times. Hello, Rhonda. Good to see you. Um, and hi everyone. Hi Flannery, good to see you. So I would say I need to see the times. The time. I need to be aware of the time. A this is a time to explore different practices, and I try to make it related with the Sunday message I created Living Fellowship here in Phoenix, Arizona. A wonderful message from Reverend Sherry. So this month we are exploring the givingness of forgiveness, which is a beautiful, beautiful topic. And through this exploration of givingness and forgiveness, in giving and receiving, there is a relationship. And this is a relationship between God and us, because we are part of God, we are one with God. So this forgiveness and the givingness of forgiveness is an exploration of this relationship. And as you know, in relationship there is something fundamental, which is the trust. And in the spiritual path, we talk about trust, and trust in God, trust in the process, trust in life, and trust that everything will be okay. But there is a moment where we need a higher trust, the real trust, that is the relationship with God and us in unity. And this is a trust that we are one with God. So knowing that who we are in God, who we are with God, and who we are as God. So the trust change is a higher trust. And this is an exploration. So when we talk about trust, and everyone in spiritual walks, we always hear about trust and trust and trust in God, trust in the universe, trust in everything. But sometimes it's very difficult to bring it into our daily life, into to really recognize it in our lives. How do we really trust? Normally, our egos and our system of in the agony tell us that it's very difficult to trust, because in the past, a lover, a husband, or wife break the trust, or a teacher, or a spiritual teacher as well. My best friend or my cousin, or from anyhow, including the dog, break the trust. So, so when we talk in spiritual practices and say trust, it's very difficult to explore this. So this is the spiritual practice we're connecting. Reverend Sherry, welcome. And so and this past Sunday was very specific for the talk, called the Uncover the Elephant. So I'm not going to go into this amazing talk. So check it on YouTube and on Facebook. There is there, and it's wonderful. So when Rory Sherry was saying that uncovering the elephant, basically was no bypassing the experience, no, like I don't see it, I don't see the situation, I don't see what I'm feeling, I don't, and it was facing that. But when we face the situations, when we face what we're feeling, when we face the spiritual growth that is coming to us through the experiences, we back to trust. So trust is a fundamental aspect in our surrender, in our consenting, in our living and walking together with God in our lives. So that is why I this during this month, in connection with our relationship of and or giving and receiving in our relationship with God, in the givingness of forgiveness, trust is fundamental. And yeah, I think we're going to hear more and more and more that we go deep in the exploration of forgiveness, that trust is fundamental. So eh, so in and as I said, the trust is very difficult when we are used to believe that trusting our brothers, trusting the world is difficult. So this practice that we're doing, it's called breathe and trust. So breathe and trust is to remind us that through our breathing, we are trusting God, trusting the universe, trusting everything, that we rest in the abundance of the universe, that we rest in the trust that air is always there. So this is a practice. This is not a guided meditation. This is not an affirmation or something like that. It's more a exercise where we put our attention into recognizing or trust in God through our body, through our breathing process, so that when we are back into the world after this 30 minutes of time together, so we feel that we are lacking of trust, or like, oh, I find so difficult to trust in God or in the process, just take a deep breath and remember that you are already trusting everything. So, as I say, this is not a guided meditation, but if you want to take a comfortable position and that it feels gentle to your body, you can close your eyes or you are not, and you feel that relax. Let's check your face, that your muscles are relaxed. Check your arms and your shoulders that are relaxed. Trying to check all around your body that all feel relaxed. And where are you located, where you're sitting or laying in the bed, it feels gentle, feel loving to your body. It feels wonderful. So now let's take a deep breath. Another deep breath. And another deep breath. And back to that breathing. Gentle, slow. That breathing way that you do every moment, every time. And put all your attention in your breathing. Not trying to control it. Don't try to take more air or lose air. Just breathe normally. And look at that. Look at your breathing. And for one moment, let's enjoy this process of breathing. Inhale and exhale in the gentle way, in a loving way that your body does. Look at your body. Look how your breathing process is so gentle. It's so soft. Enjoy the sensations of the air entering and leaving your body. Enjoy that. How sweet is this breathing? Have a blast recognizing this relationship that we have with the air through our body. We in and out. We giving and receiving. We are in a relationship. How sweet and how gentle and how joyful is to have this process. How sweet and how gentle is that we don't have to think that we have to breathe. We just rest, knowing that always we are breathing. We are receiving and we are giving life, ourselves. Let's smile at the existence of the infinite abundance of air around us. Let's smile now that we recognize that we are surrounded by air all the time. And we don't have to breathe by the pressure of worry about that. We just let our bodies take in and take out from this abundance of air around us. We accept here right now that we are surrounded by abundant air, abundant life. And our bodies just do what they need to do to enter in that relationship of giving and receiving air. We accept here right now that our breathing is the perfect and the absolute example of trust. We don't worry. We don't get afraid that maybe tomorrow there is no air. Then in the next minute, I will not have air. Our bodies breathe constantly, permanently, in the trust that the air is there in abundant way, that we don't have to breathe more, hoping that I have enough air for tomorrow. We just know that it's always there, always present. So when we are facing life situations, like facing the elephant in the room, that we cannot hide more that elephant. We have painting in different colors and we have putting clothing and changing colors and changing lights to don't face it. This is the moment that we can say, I can trust. I'm always been trusting to face the situation because I know that I'm breathing, I'm sustained, I'm living from God. The same way that I am here right now, looking at my breathing process. As you may notice it, many spiritual practice for are centered in the breathing. Why? Because this example of a relationship with God in the giving and receiving, and the knowing that God is abundantly with us, like the air around us, and that we are in this relationship, that everything in us, our bodies, our minds, our spirit, know and enter in the relationship to be sustained, to be guided, to be loved by the spirit, the same way that our bodies, when they takes the air into our bodies, knows that the perfect quantity of oxygen is entering, that the nutrients that we need to, the oxygen that we need to enter into our body is perfectly filling and take it and goes into our bodies all around to sustain us, to give us life. This is trust. No worries, no fears, no maybes. We just breathe. And we know the air is there, as we know God is there. We are in full resting in the abundant air. We are full resting in the abundance of God. So every situation, every elephant, every moment that we need to trust and give that a step to face everything, we just can breathe and remember that we have been trusting in our breathing since we were born. There is not a moment in your life where it's missing air. Always there for you to breathe. There is not a time in our history where we have to hold our breath and be worried about that. Nah, we enjoyed it. So every time that we take a deep breath, recognizing that this is an example of the trust, the natural trust that we live, that we trust in God, we can rest in peace. We can have joy, that we can have a serenity, that everything is taken care. Because the same way that we take our breath into our body, into our lungs, we don't have either to tell our body that distribute the oxygen to our feet, to our organs, to our heart, to our brain, nothing. We just breathe and that air take care over our bodies. And the oxygen goes everywhere that is needed. Same way our lives. So we have been trusting since the beginning of our lives here in this planet, in this beautiful planet. We have been trusting in a natural way. So life can live from this peaceful moment, from this free moment, every time that we remember that we are breathing in full trust, in full relationship with God, with union. Because remember that every one of us are breathing right now. And there is no more air for somebody or less air for somebody. It's all air. It's all God. And in the same way, when we're facing the herd elephants, we can go there trusting that we are guided, we are inspired, we are loved, and we can hug that elephant and love it and release it, knowing that we are being cared in the same way that our body is being cared by the air, that it abundantly air in our lives. And invite you again to take a deep breath and exhale. A quiet, see you breathing again. Look at your breathing. And look at your body. How peaceful, how serene, how free is breathing. There is no 1 inch or grade of fear. There is just full trust. Totally and absolutely trust. So rest in a moment. Rest right now. Look at the joy of your breathing. How you breathe. And know that right now we can face our old or challenge or the elephants, face them, love them, and release them, knowing that we are sustained as every minute, every second that we breathe, we are sustained. Rest. Rest in that freedom. Rest in that peace. Okay, friends. Just smile. And I want to hear from you right now. We have some minutes. I would love to hear how you feel. You think you're capable to trust? You're capable to go into life trusting? How you feel? You think that now that you can recognize that through your breathing, you are trusting the universe? Yeah, so much air, so much God, so much spirit, so much love around us. Beautiful. I don't know if for my friends who are in YouTube can say something. Oh yeah. Planet, you have a relaxing way about you, extremely relaxed. I like that idea. The breathing is trusting. Yeah, it's a big thought about that. A few years ago, I think it's 2, 3 years, Planetary, I discovered this and it was mind and heart blowing. Because sometimes we go into the life I can trust. I don't know, trust. God, I want this or I need this. I give you into your hands. And then tomorrow is like, God, because we were taught that trusting is It's difficult, and probably somebody going to break your heart, break your trust, but not God. And that's breathing. You can trust, you can breathe. Peace feel, right, Reverend Sherry? That's the call for this. That we can return to the peace that we feel when know that God is with us in union. Exactly, Ginny. It's perfect amount of trust, love, air, spirit, abundance. Yeah, whatever we need, whatever. The it's always air for us all the time. It's always God there for us. So there is no challenge for lives. We can perfectly go and jump into the vacuum, trust it. Take that elephant and release it. No matter what is the situation, no matter what is the the life, we can trust. Wow, we are in perfect time. Let me back to so people who can see us. Thank you for your sharing. Thank you all for stay here with me for these 30 minutes. I hope you like this. I really love this practice of trusting through breathing because in particular starting on Mondays. And after also the talk with from Royal Shadow yesterday of the elephant. It's wonderful. It's put us in the right path. So we are getting close to our time, and I want to don't rush in all my announcements. Talking about Ryan Sherry tomorrow on Tuesdays, you can visit our website, Creative Living Fellowship, and register for her connection night. It's a wonderful time. And so you can have a more close and personal connection and relationship of giving and receiving with Reverend Sherry. And as well, if you want to continue with your spiritual practice, meditation is one way to do it. So remember, every Monday to Friday at noon, Phoenix time, Arizona time, so Mountain time, you can participate in our midday meditation, and wonderful time to break the day and to reconnect with God and with ourselves. And if you are watching this and streaming after the live event, well, and hope you enjoyed and leave any some comments. I really like to hear you, and I like to read your comments. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up in Facebook and YouTube, so that allows to the algorithm to see us, and so we can be seen by others and people outside of CLF, so we can have more and more people reaching out. And as well, this is a space supported by Creative Living Fellowship. And if you feel grateful and full of grateful for these spaces of the meditation and the spiritual practice and Monday practice, so I invite you to support Creative Living Fellowship in two different ways, using our PayPal link, or we are very technological advanced, so you can text as well. So you can text. No. Yes, I did it. So you can text as well and do your donation. So we are 1 minute to leave. Mostly of you, I've seen you leaving. It's time for dinner, I know. So glad to see you, and I love to see all of you. Thank you to support CLF, to support me, to share this time with here exploring different practice and reading, loving, and releasing, trusting as well. Have a good night, everyone. And I really, really love this. Thank you. Bye bye. Good night, everyone.